Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you guys how to draw on your grip tape the easiest way, and you're going to get the best results from this method. There's multiple ways you can draw on your grip tape, and this by far is the easiest if you want your grip tape to look good, basically. So grab a board, grab some grip tape, get your markers, and let's get started. I'm gonna go inside because it's almost dark outside, so let's go light it up. I need these.
There's different ways to do grip art. There's freehand, there's different grip cuts. You can cut different types of grip tape together, make it look like a certain way. You can do die cut where you can cut out a design into grip tape and show the color of the top layer through, or by using a picture. Get a pair of scissors, cut him out. Once I cut him out, I'm gonna lay him over the board and we're gonna trace over him, getting the basic outline so that way your dimensions are correct. Don't do that. And yes, that's a picture of Tina, because I was gonna draw Tina, but I decided to go with Bart. We have the basic cutout of what we want. I do most of my work freehand, but for this demonstration, for you to get really good looking grip tape, this is the simplest way. Okay, so now we have our gripped board, our basic cutout of what we're gonna draw. Now you need pens. So I get a lot of questions all the time asking what kind of pens I use, or what kind of paint I use. As long as it says paint marker, it's going to work. That was a mistake. All right. Cut! What is this? The Smoky Mountains! While I have these out, you have different things. So this right here is just a plain old black Sharpie. I like to keep these for outlines. When you're doing your grip art, you want to give it time to basically set, dry, so that way when you go next to it, they don't blend together or bleed together. So as I said, there's multiple types of pens. So these right here are what I use now. These are called Boardstix. That's what all of these are. Sharpie makes their own paint pens. I like Sharpie pens. They're not bad. You can get these at, I think, Walmart and most stores called Elmer's Painters. These work really well, so I'm gonna keep these out just in case as well. You'll see these. They're called Pasca. These are really good pens. The only thing about these, they don't come with a lot of paint, and the paint takes forever to dry. So I don't really like to use these, but when I have to, I will. Out of the way. My favorite markers to use are Boardstix. These are very high quality markers. They last forever. I've had some Boardstix markers for maybe over a year now, and I use them quite often and they still work. The tips don't wear down as fast as other ones, because when you do grip tape art, you're drawing on basically sandpaper with a marker tip, and that does not go well. But these, they last a long time. But with Boardstix, they have multiple ones. They have the fine tips, they have their broad points, which are these, which are actually my favorite because these work really well, if you can see that. And then you have, they actually make their own grip tape pens. So there's different types. You pull this out, you have the rounded edge, the other side is a chisel side for fine edges. I like these the most, but it just depends what you want to use. Boardstix can be pricey when you buy them, but the quality you're getting, it's well worth it. But if you don't have, if you don't want to buy Boardstix, or if you don't do grip art a lot, if you go to Walmart, you can get these for like $1 or $2. They're a very good marker. So I like to go up and pick some markers out every once in a while, and I'll keep them around if I need them. It's never a bad thing to have extra markers. Now that all the pins are out of the way, we have what we need. We have our drawing. Let's go ahead and do the outline. So when you're doing your outline, I like to put the picture exactly where I want it. So I'm gonna put it right here. Then I'm gonna take this and just go around the edges, giving myself a waypoint of how far I should draw out. I don't like to give it a thick line either. I like to do a really thin line. At this point, it's just kind of like coloring in between the lines. That simple. Well, I wasn't that good as a kid, so whatever. I was outside the lines, but you know what? Sue me. Like I was saying, I've been doing this for a while now, so I understand the dimensions. So for me, I don't mind freehanding. I think freehanding is more of a challenge, and it's fun. You learn how to draw that way. And as you all know, when you get paint pens, there's a little ball inside them when you shake them. That's basically just get the paint mixed up, and then you push down the tip right here. I didn't explain this part, I should have. But yeah, when you're starting out, you're gonna get paint pens and they're plain. You have to get the paint started by pushing down on them and shaking them. What that would do is release more paint into the tip of the pen. Alright, so we have his shirt basically outlined. So let's go ahead and fill that in. so shirt is done. So this part, you know, here you have your shorts, kind of goes up here, it goes around to his stomach this way. Then his other shorts comes up to about here and goes across. Okay, so we can color this in. His shorts and his shirt are done. Let's go ahead and get the location of the eyes. The reason I'm doing that now is because once you start doing grip tape, like I was saying, if you want to do a white color or a lighter color over a darker color, it doesn't come out to the shade that you want it unless you use a ton. And the good thing to have, if that happens where you have to draw over that, your pins are going to have a little shade of that color you colored over. So these actually have a little bit of white from when I did Charizard the other day. Take an old sheet of grip tape, kind of color over, or kind of go around the tip, and what that does, it'll kind of reset the tip and get all that excess color that you don't want out. Always keep a sheet of grip tape out to the side so that way you can always, you know, doodle on it and get all the colors correct. Okay, for his eyes, they're about midway down his face, so I'm gonna go ahead and go from here. They don't have to be perfect, this is just your basic outline of where the eye is going to be. So that way you can always go right back over it and fix it if need be. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these in. So later on, I'm gonna go back over it to make it a more vibrant white with a different white pen. And from experience, when you do this more and more, you're gonna realize what colors you need to go back over a lot. So yellow is one of those colors you're gonna wanna do again and again. So red is not dry yet. So what I'm gonna do is do a thin line right above where his shirt starts so the different paints don't bleed together and his red doesn't go up on his neck. White's not dry yet, so I'm going to do the same thing. Alright, this part I'm going to go ahead and get this all finished up for you, and then I'll be right back. So here's a time lapse. If you don't have a lot of time to do grip art, there's actually another simple way to keep this from bleeding together. Get a hairdryer or a fan and dry it off so that way you don't have to wait. I'm kind of impatient sometimes, so I kind of do that sometimes. You know? And now that you see the blue is dry, I can draw right up next to the blue and it's not going to cause that much damage. If you're left-handed, start from the right over. If you're right-handed, start from the left over. So that way you don't have to put your hand on it, get a hand on your paint, get paint on your hand, and you know, it's gonna, if you touch this, it's gonna bleed over to the other side, and you don't want your grip tape to look like that. Alright. So Bart's basic color is done. I'm going to go ahead and go over some of these in a second to give them a second coat of yellow because it's not as yellow as I would like. So this arm, I'm going to give another little coat. With paint pens, I just got a grip tape comment on YouTube right now. I just got it. That made my day. Thank you, Natalie. With paint, you're going to want to do layers because you're drawing on a sheet of, you know, very dark grip tape with a very light color. It's not going to get to that shade you want it to, so don't panic. You can always fix it by going over it a second time like I was stating before. So the board, we're going to go ahead and color that green. So where they did that yellow, a really thin line around it so they don't bleed together. If you can tell, I left that little gap. It's basically like color in a picture. I love doing grip tape art. I've been doing it for years now. It's just so enjoyable. His shoes have white on them, so we want to leave a thin line from our outline to where the shoes want to be. If you do a freehand, it's basically off the top of your head. It's not bad to do it that way, but if you're just starting out, it's just simple this way. And it makes your life so much easier. You don't stress out because you don't ruin a sheet of grip tape. And you can kind of just, you know, have fun. Where his shirt meets his face is still wet, so I'm going to go ahead and do his shirt outline while I'm waiting for that to dry. So his shirt comes up this way. the board's dry already. So that's what I was saying before, how pens take a while to dry. Boardstix, I've noticed the paint is just, I don't know what they did with the paint, but it dries so fast. It makes it look so much better. I'm gonna do a thin line of this. All right, and the board has wheels, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw the wheels on. I'm gonna go over his eyes one more time, like I was saying before, so that way I get that really light color that I want. And I'm not gonna touch that white dot, because that white dot is still pretty fresh. That's the nice thing. So if your paint starts to bleed together, if your finger is clean, go ahead and just dab onto it. Not that kind of dab. Dab your finger onto it, and that way it pulls out the colors onto your fingers. You can just wipe them off. Because bleeding colors is no fun. Everything's done. Now you're gonna take that black pen or a Sharpie, your choice. I kind of like using Sharpies at times. This is the fat tip. This is the king size Sharpie, so this is not gonna get that fine tip that I want. So I'm gonna use my fine tip black marker and kind of go over all of the detail work. I'm gonna let this sit for a second because I use a lot of yellow paint since it's a very light color. I'm gonna let this sit for maybe 5 minutes, come back and go ahead and finish all the detail work. So I did what I could so far. I don't want my colors to bleed, so letting it sit is the best thing for the paint to dry, and you can go do something. So I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm back. I had a nice little walk. All right, we are done. So that is, oh, I can't say we're done. I forgot his hair. Everything is done now. It is a Bart Simpson grip art. So there you guys have it. That was the basic how to do a more of an outlined grip art. Maybe in a future video, if you guys like this video, I can go ahead and show you the freehand portion of it. You have a picture to look at, but not outline it and kind of draw from what you see. Right? That's the best way to explain it, I think. I keep getting mustache going now. It's so much fun to learn. I've been doing grip tape art for a while now. When I was younger, I used to take paint pens and like just draw stuff or like write words for motivation. But yeah, this was a very long overdue video. You guys always ask me what kind of pens I use as well as how I do my grip tape art. Like I was saying before, paint pens, any kind that you want, as long as it says paint pens, you can get them online, multiple stores, arts and crafts stores. Or the pens I use mostly now is Boardstix. They recently just sent me a package out, and I cannot complain. These pens work perfectly, they last long, it looks good, and yes, again, thank you Boardstix for the pens. Again, thank you guys so much for watching me, make this grip tape a reality and doing a Bart Simpson grip tape and kind of showing you the basic idea of how it's done. Again, I was saying there's multiple ways to do grip tape art. You can do freehand, you can do what I just did, or you can also do, a die cut on the grip where you cut out a design and pull the grip tape up. It's all up to you, Board creativity is up to you. So is skateboarding, everybody is a different skateboarder and everybody does grip tape differently. And this is my favorite way to do it, and you get the best results. You get some cool looking grip tape, and it's just something you go to the park like, oh, that's cool grip tape. It's like, thanks, I'm proud of it. But yeah, if you guys want to see me do a freehand in the future while talking to you guys, kind of showing you how I go over my process of freehand drawing, I can do that as well. Just make sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you guys have any questions for me about pins or how I draw my grip tape, leave that question down below as well. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button down below. I do videos every single week. I do a lot of grip tape videos, and if you guys want to see some cool grip tape, I guess that's the way to go. Right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Alright, bye!